What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today let's take a look at one of the most anticipated phones to be released this year, and this is the new iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. I also have the previous iPhone 6s and 6s Plus phones from last year, so we'll do a little comparison to see what's different and if it's worth the hype. I have a matte black iPhone 7, I also have a rose gold one here too, so we can do that for comparison. So let's jump right into the boxes and see what you can expect. Simple presentation as usual, but you'll notice that you don't get greeted with the phone right away this time. The paperwork is up front and center. There are the phones right there, but we'll get back to those in just a second. Next up, you get the earpods, the headphones that come included, and on the back, you get the Lightning to 3.5mm headphone adapter or dongle, for there's no headphone jack now on these models, so naturally, the earpods are now Lightning connected. You also get the Lightning cable here and the wall plug. So nothing out of the ordinary here, just a simple presentation. So let's take off the plastic and get right into it. If you take a closer look at the new iPhones, the design look pretty much the same. Same size, same feel, but there are some subtle differences. Like the antenna bands are now moved to the top, and on the black models they are almost seamless here, so it gives it a much cleaner look. The cameras have changed here on the new phones too. The 7 has this rounded camera hump, and the 7 Plus has this new dual camera setup, which we'll take a closer look at in a second. The biggest change here that everyone is talking about is the removal of the 3.5mm headphone jack on the bottom, so wireless headphones are a must here, or Lightning headphones, which are already great, like these A-to-Z signs. I can't lie though, I'm gonna miss it, but hey, it's time for you to be bold. Well, at least if you are an iPhone user. This is not a dual speaker setup on the bottom, by the way. No matter if it looks like it, there's a single speaker down here, and the second speaker is now located on the earpiece for a dual speaker setup. Apple claims it's twice as loud, and it's a nice improvement. I don't know if it lives up to twice as loud, but here it is versus the 6S. Take a listen.
Props to ZTE for not cluttering up the experience and leaving it fairly simple. The bloatware is real, but you can just uninstall it. The multimedia experience is decent as well on here, and as I said, the display looks nice, especially at this price point. I do have to say I'm not a fan of the rear speaker placement on here.
The headphone jack is missing because Apple put a new Taptic engine into the phone, where now the home button is no longer a physical button, it's a force-sensitive, solid-state home button, so it will give you vibration feedback when you interact with it. It's something to get used to for sure, but you can change the feedback when you set it up, but I personally think it will be better for longevity and endurance of the button itself. Powering the iPhone 7 is a new A10 Fusion chip, which is now quad-core versus the dual-core that was in the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, and on the benchmarks, it looks to be a beast. First impressions is that the feel and speed is just a little quicker here naturally, but I wouldn't expect a giant leap since the 6S is already quick, especially with the iOS 10 software. Just in case you don't know, let's talk about the differences between the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. The iPhone 7 is the smaller one with the 4.7-inch display, while the iPhone 7 Plus is the larger one of the two with the 5.5-inch higher resolution 1080p display. These are pretty much the same displays as the last generation iPhones, so no huge differences here besides a slightly better color gamut, so colors might look a little bit better on the new iPhone 7 series, but nothing too crazy here. The iPhone 7 has a new 12 megapixel camera, also now with optical image stabilization, so your handheld videos and photos will look much better. The iPhone 7 Plus has this new dual camera system where there is one wide-angle lens and also one telephoto lens, so you can get 2 times zoom with no loss in quality, and that is awesome. With digital zoom, you can zoom up to 10 times here with this slider. The thing is, the telephoto lens does not have optical image stabilization, so you'll notice more shake, and it's not the best low light performer. Looking at them side by side, I'm not super convinced that you need to upgrade just for the camera itself. There are some minor differences. You do get a better f1.8 aperture over the f2.2 of the last generation, so you will get slightly better depth of field. I will dive more in detail about these cameras in another video, so subscribe for that, but the images look amazing so far from these iPhones. The 6S and 6S Plus already had great cameras as well, so these images so far look great. You also get a 7 megapixel front facing camera in both of them, which is a nice surprise and a bump from last year's 5 megapixels. So finally you can shoot 1080p video from the front facing camera. So what do you guys think of the quality? It's finally nice that they actually added this. The more I use this smaller iPhone 7, the more I like it. It feels nice in the hand, it fits into the pocket better, but even with the improved battery life of the iPhone 7, if you want better battery life, then you should definitely go for the iPhone 7 Plus. It's a lot bigger for sure, but that allows for a bigger battery, so with that 1 to 2 hour battery improvement that they claimed, you should get all day battery life. The size is closer to something like the Galaxy Note 7, so if you're comfortable with that size of phone, I think it's clearly the better phone, also giving you 3GB of RAM instead of 2 on the iPhone 7. One of the best improvements of both of the new iPhones this year are the IP67 water resistance rating. So other phones have had this for years now, so the iPhone users can finally enjoy not worrying about if the phone gets dropped in water, the pool, or if a drink gets spilled on it. It will be fine, just dry it off and you'll be getting on with your day. So what do you guys think of the new iPhone 7 and 7 Plus? I think there are some great new features here, and if you need the water resistance, the dual camera system, faster processor, and dual speakers, and some new colors, I think it's a safe upgrade, especially if you have an iPhone 5 or lower. But if you aren't impressed with these features and you already have a 6S or 6S Plus, then you might be better off waiting. You can just make your older iPhone look just as awesome with these brand new marble skins and other fire skins from D brand, and I will leave a link down below for you if you want to pick them up for yourself. Shoot, they may even think you have the new iPhone 7 since they are practically the same design. For more reasons why you shouldn't buy the iPhone 7 or not upgrade, I made a little video on that and I will leave a link down below for your enjoyment. Alright guys, well that about does it for me. I hope this helped you. Subscribe for a lot more iPhone coverage and join the notification squad so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.